Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Berkeley Opening Day. I'm your host, Nico, and
I'm your host, Kate.
We've got a great program planned for you today. So we're going to start by just reviewing exactly what it is, why we're gathered here today. This is the 13th year we have Opening Day, and that's from our Opening Day committee. So how about a hand for them? Now, each and every year, we gather here to celebrate three things: a connection, a reflection, and an inspiration. And that's kind of our motto for all of this. Connect. This year, we're going to encourage you to connect in different ways. Find different ways that our staff and faculty can come together to make an even greater year ahead. Another way to do that is by reflecting on what went well last year, and how much progress we've made, and how we're going to continue that into this 2018 academic year. And then inspire. This is something that all of you do each and every day here on campus. For students, for faculty, for staff, all of you are working each and every day to tell your own story. And then, in essence, us students will learn those stories and write our own someday. And that's actually the premise of why I'm even here at Berkeley. At Berkeley, I knew that this was a long shot. This was my chance. I come from the small, lesser-known town of Youngstown, Ohio. And the last good thing to come out of Youngstown was Arby's. So I don't even know if that's half good. So I was hoping to become the next big thing, and that's why I'm here. I studied 2 majors on campus: music business and management, as well as contemporary writing and production. Every day I get to do what I dreamed to do: write music, produce music, and sell it. Thanks to a lot of your guidance, I was able to produce an album this summer, and that is just the products that you have helped me create. So thank you, all of you, for making that possible. Thank you. Now, it seems as though 2016 was the perfect year for me to start at Berkeley. And that is because just 2 years ago, we started our merger of the Boston Conservatory and the Berklee College of Music. And now we are under one umbrella named Berkeley. And that is just a collaboration. You could see it in the room already, looking out at all of you talented musicians, staff, and faculty members. This is the best music collaboration in the world, and you are all a part of that. But one of the best things I got to do, being in this merger, is meet some of my fabulous friends over at the conservatory, and one of them is Kate. So Kate, please tell us your amazing story.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm a dance major at the conservatory, and I'm going into my senior year. And as I go into my senior year, I can't help but reflect as to why I'm here at the conservatory at the first place. And it all began, as many seniors in high school do, as auditions, acceptances, rejections, and college tours, which made up the bulk of my senior year. And I was always told, when you know, you know. And as an 18-year-old, I took it with a grain of salt, because I didn't really know much of what I wanted yet, until I came here and I knew that this was the place for me. And it was during the Accepted Students Day. I had class with the amazing faculty, which was great. I met many of my future classmates, which was great, but it was during the Wednesday night dress rehearsal of Limitless. And it was one piece in particular, Shapiro and Smith's To Have and to Hold, which is known as the bench piece because, you guessed it, there are benches involved. And,
No.
And after that piece, I turned to my mom and I went, I have to come here because they think I can do that. And I had the extreme pleasure of performing in every Accepted Students Day since, and that comes with the connection, reflection, and inspiration that we're talking about here today. So today we have an exciting morning ahead of you. Our agenda starts with that incredible performance by Yanina.
How about a hand for Yanina? It's easy to see how she's on her way to greatness already.
Absolutely. Then we have an address by Larry Simpson, the In Memoriam slideshow and performance, and an address by Kathy Young. Then we have our breakout sessions from 10 to 11, and then the closing plenary, which is a student performance by the conservatory dancers, near and dear to my heart, community reflection by Marty Epstein, and an address by Roger H. Brown.
So as you know, we have a great program planned for you ahead, and we're going to get things started with our first speaker. Now, a short little story about our first speaker. A lot of you might recognize me from the past 2 years of working at the Berkeley Performance Center. I was an usher supervisor there, and I was pretty much in charge of the guest experience, letting people in with tickets. And one of the first rules I learned at the BPC was there are only 2 people that are allowed in without a ticket at any point in time. Their names are Mr. Roger Brown and Mr. Larry Simpson. Okay, it made complete sense to me until one of my work studies working the door called me on the radio. Hey, Nico, we have some Berkeley faculty, and they want to get in without a ticket. What do I do? What do I do? So I run downstairs, and I'm thinking, who could this be now? I remember one time I had to say, I'm sorry, Mr. Hakeem, I can't let you in without a ticket. But the worst one of all was definitely, I'm sorry, Mr. Wooten, I'm going to have to confiscate your dinner tonight. So those were embarrassing, but this one was quite the most embarrassing. The work study couldn't recognize Mr. Larry Simpson without his cap and gown and that super posh robe that he wears. So I had to call them back on the radio. I could have gone up and just let him in, but instead all I said on the radio was, guys, good luck graduating then. They'll meet him then, that's all. But it's with great pleasure that I have to introduce our provost, our senior vice president of academic affairs, Mr. Larry Simpson.
Nico, thank you for that introduction.